Today, the Huion H430p and the Wacom Intuos are going head to head in a battle of which company can pull off the best overall experience. In this video, I'll talk about how both tablets perform and which one would be best for one overall situation. General use. First up, I'd like to talk about usability. We'll start with the Huion for this one and move on with the Wacom afterwards. When it comes to usability, Huion usually does not do a great job with their products. They're normally very cumbersome, sharp in design, and come with a pen that leaves a lot to be desired. But recently, Huion has stepped up their game in a huge way. The new line of Inspire tablets have managed to make a lot of the problems that I've had with past tablets vanish. Gone are the sharp designs and battery-filled pens. Here are the new, sleek, modern designs that actually feel like they were made in 2018, and the pens that go along with it. Also, they're battery-free. And although they're still half the price of the Wacom tablets, they still manage to keep up with them in more recent years. Wacom, on the other hand, is a different story. They've been the king of the castle for a long time, and I know a lot of reviewers touch on this. Wacom has been the dominant force in the artist tablet market. Anytime you go out to buy a tablet, if you're not in some weird, store, or the store actually carries different brands, you're going to see mostly Wacom. And at this point, Wacom could be a household name. Their tech is starting to show up in more and more products, especially in recent years, with the Galaxy Note stylus being the most prominent example. So it's no surprise that Wacom knocked this one out of the park. They managed to conjure up one of the most usable tablets they've ever made to date. And despite the fact that I don't like the direction that they have taken the pens, the user experience is just so nice. It just negates the fact that the pen is smaller, thinner, and lighter than its predecessors. Next, when we're talking about tablets like this, I feel that comfort is a must when you're buying something that you're going to be drawing on for hours on end with. And both of these tablets feel very nice when in use. I was able to get a good 5 to 6 hours of drawing in before my hands started to get sore and started to cramp up. But comfort isn't all about how the pen feels in the hand. It's also about how the tablet sits on the desk or how the nib glides on the surface. A little off topic, but one of the biggest issues that I have with my iPad is how the pencil feels on the screen as I draw. It's way too smooth. It doesn't feel like I'm drawing on a piece of paper, or even imitation paper. It feels like I'm using a ballpoint pen on a glass table, with no paper in between. This is not a pleasant feeling. With these tablets, you get a great pen-to-surface feel that I feel would be perfect for most people to draw with. The Wacom, however, is a superior feeling surface of the two. Out of the box, Wacom has an etched feeling surface, with soft nibs is more true to the feeling of drawing with pencil and paper. The Huion, on the other hand, has a smoother surface, with harder nibs, but achieves the same sort of effect, just not to the same degree of comfort. I'm not one for hotkeys, but this slides in the category of comfort because most people use them. For them, where and how they're placed is a really big deal. It can make or break a product for some people. And up until recently, both manufacturers have been putting hotkeys on the sides of their tablet and offering a left-handed mode in the drivers. This is a great choice because it allows the tablet to be in a natural position on the desk, like a pen and paper. All the buttons are available without having to move the whole hand. But on more recent products, for both brands, they've been moving them to the top, making for a more uncomfortable hotkey experience, as you have to move your whole hand to get to the furthest most buttons. For both, this makes an extremely uncomfortable hotkey position, and I ended up just using my keyboard. Reliability is another huge key factor that should be a must when deciding what kind of tablet to get. They should not be dispensable. They should last you for a good 4 to 5 years. For example's sake, I'm going to bring up another tablet that I've used in the past. I brought this one up in a past video for those who choose to remember. It's the Wacom Graphire 2. An extremely old tablet made for Windows XP in 2001. When I was first getting into digital art, I was given one of these when moving my grandmother's storage units. It was still new in the packaging, covered in many unknown substances, and resided in a storage unit that did not have temperature control, which was located in the high desert of California, which means 110 degree plus weather for half the year and 30 degrees or lower the other half. When I opened it up and plugged it into my crisp Windows XP laptop and loaded the drivers still available on Wacom's site at the time, it worked like a charm. The reason I bring this up is because it shows the reliability of the tablet. Years in a storage unit at such extreme temperatures should usually kill electronics, even in the packaging. After testing both of these for about half a year, I know, way too long, I've come to the conclusion that neither of them would live up to the same legacy that my Graphire did. Most of these newer products are just not built to handle such extremes anymore. But that does not mean they're not reliable. Both seem to be fairly well built, with the Wacom having a more robust feeling construction. Both of them have been working fine for me for the past couple months with only extremely minor issues. I've been throwing the Wacom in my laptop bag, and it still retains its looks and functionality. On the other side of the spectrum, I play a lot of Osu with the Huion, so the pen gets a lot of abuse with no issues. Overall, I'd say that both of the tablets would fare well in a busy, on-the-go environment, as well as just sitting on a desk. Design in regards to looks isn't a huge factor with something like this, since it's not going to be seen by a lot of other people, unless you're in school, or take it to Starbucks and doodle while you sip your coffee. The only thing I feel matters when it comes to something like this is how your hand would rest on it while drawing, and how the pen feels. For example, the Wacom is designed in such a way that it slopes down from the top to bottom at an angle, giving you the feeling of drawing on a more natural surface. Meanwhile, the Huion doesn't have this type of design. It's the same height from top to bottom, giving you the sensation of drawing on a flat surface. There's no issue with this. However, it does affect some people's ability to draw for long periods of time. The pens for both are vastly different. One is tailored to feel as comfortable as $100 will allow you, and the other is literally just a plastic tube. Wacom's pens are always phenomenal to hold in the hand, with the exception of a couple duds here and there. But overall, most of them are made in such a way that drawing for a number of hours should not be an issue. Huion, on the other hand, has to cut corners in order to stay priced competitively. Their pen is a smooth plastic tube with no rubberized coating for grip and no top-end eraser. And the nibs are a joke. Bare bones hard plastic that could barely pass for a good drawing experience if it weren't for the way the surface of the pad felt. I would recommend taking more than just 5-minute breaks when using this pen. The software support is just about equal on both ends. I know I haven't touched on this in most of my earlier reviews, so I'm making sure to go over it now. All major drawing and art programs seem to be supported with no noticeable issues. The only problem that I've had is with Paint Tool Sai. Sai is one of the programs that is really finicky, even with something like Wacom tablets. So when using this program with the Huion, it seems to not work well in regards to pressure. So if you're going to pick up the Huion, try to get a program that works well like CSP or Corel Paint. Both the Wacom and the Huion have very good drivers that cause little headaches for me. I only test on Windows, so I don't know how they feel on Mac. But the experience I had was pleasant enough. Both of them have the ability to customize pressure and active area, so there's no contest there. The thing is, Wacom comes out as the winner here by offering different profiles for different programs. I.e., if you have a certain active area that you want to use for Osu, you can set it for Osu, so that when you use other programs, it'll go back to normal. I feel that if Huion would offer something like that, I would be more inclined to declare it the winner. So, conclusion time. Where does that leave the rankings? Which one comes out on top? Honestly, it depends on what you want to do with it. If you're an Osu tryhard like me, I'd say go for the Huion. It has more pleasant tracking, and is a little more accurate at high speeds in general. For drawing, the Huion isn't very good for me personally, but the lines it produces are really nice. The issue is that it's way too sensitive for me to get anything worthwhile out of it. But your experience may vary. If you want to draw and not play Osu, the Wacom is the way to go. It's too sensitive for any decent Osu play. Your pen will be flying everywhere. It just doesn't feel right. But for drawing, it has the superior experience with extremely well managed and balanced pressure sensitivity. So again, with any other review like this, it all comes down to preference. Personally, I like the Huion more. It's better for Osu, and the drawing experience is actually pretty decent that I'd be willing to use it for about 2 hours here and there. But if you want to do more drawing than Osu, I believe that the Wacom would be the better decision. I want to hear what you guys think in the comments. Do you like Huion or do you like Wacom? One's more expensive, one isn't, but you also have trade-offs between the two. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate everybody who took the time to wait for this review to come out. I know it's taken a long time. Like I said, I've been really busy with college and such, but the review is here. It's actually scripted, and I feel it came out really well. If you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a comment down in the description letting me know how you felt about it, as well as what you want to see in the future. We're almost at 1,000 subscribers, which is insane. It shot up from around high 600s to 800, which is pretty insane. Now, I know a lot has to do with the giveaway for the tablet. You know, I told you guys you had to be subscribed to get it, but I've seen a lot of people stay. I've lost only 5 subscribers since then, and I've actually gained a couple more after that. So it's pretty insane that you guys actually decided to stay here and listen to me ramble on about tablets. Hopefully in the future I can get more expensive, you know, upscale tablets for a different market, because doing these cheaper tablets, I'm gonna run out eventually. Here's to the future. I hope that you guys really like the content. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.